Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is February 3rd, and I wanted to talk to you about a market maker level trade that we took in the day trading chat room here. Before I get into that, I draw your attention to the price ladder, the top of the price ladder, which says P&L. I took a trade this afternoon that was outside of the room. This trade presented itself, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And it allowed me to be able to enter into a position using our market maker levels for another very good reward to risk ratio. The trade that I'm going to show you, though, was taken in front of a live trading audience today. It was a 12.5 point ES trade that had a 3-point stop. And so, again, one of the things that we consider to be our edge in our trading is our ability to get these high reward to risk trades, right? High reward to risk ratio type trades. Now, there are different ways that a trading edge can be defined. It could be a setup. It could be some mental edge or something like that. What we consider to be our edge is that we have a very good reward to risk ratio. And the reason that we can have these very good reward to risk ratios is because of our market maker levels. Now, I'm not going to spend a ton of time going into detail on the market maker levels, other than to say that these levels were developed by a veteran floor trader and they provide excellent opportunities in the market. And I'm going to show you that trade that we took here today. And then I'm going to show you, by the way, I'll show you the trade that I took offline later in the afternoon. All right, so again, let's take a look here at our chart, our market maker levels here. Today we had what we call our RTH, or regular trading hour session mid, and I'm going to bring this back here so you can see it. And so the market opens up right around, just on top of the structure point here, this RTH mid, and I missed that initial opportunity this morning. Market then sells off down into the RTH signal, and I looked to get short right here at around this 24-25 area. Actually, it may have been a little bit, I think it was in that area. I don't remember out of the top of my head. But the point is, I took a stop, right? But what we looked at here and what we could kind of tell that was going on is we were not able to punch through the developing value area, which allowed me to take this short here at 38.31. I actually got in at 38.31 half, and then we wrote it down. It's unfortunate. We had this 12 half, 1275 RTH target level as our target on the day. The market sells down here, pulls back, and stops me out right here for about, I think it was 12.5 points. I ended up getting stopped out at 19 half on that little pullback, and then it immediately, the next bar opened and flushed down for that additional 7-point win. Not complaining, just the way that goes. Now, what I also did, which was I did this offline, is we rallied into this RTH structure point, this RTH signal, this zone of influence. You could kind of see this box underneath it, right? This box around it. And then I was able to take a trade for an additional 12 points. It rode me down into the RTH session mid. And then there's one of the ways that we look how the market, it actually came all the way down here if you look into this RTH signal. And I didn't quite write it that far, but I did get a good 12 points out of that trade. And you'll notice that on the price ladder that I ended the day there at, I think I was up 12.75. And you'll see here that I'm up 24. So it wasn't quite 12 points, but you get the idea. Now, again, the reason that these levels work is because they are measuring time and price cycles from previous sessions, and then those are projected forward into the day's trading session. That's what makes them cool, is that they are market-generated information. And yes, you're going to have, with the smaller stops and some volatile market activity, you are going to take a few stops on the trade, and that happens. That's part of the program. But what you get when you do get in sync with the market, like we did here today, those market maker level trades give you excellent opportunities for high reward to risk type trades, right? And so that's what you're going to see here in this trade. Now, unfortunately, the tape was kind of cut off in the middle. So normally what I like to do is I like to let you see where I get in. You hear me say I'm going short at, I'm going long at. You'll see me place the stop, and then you'll see me hear me talk about the target. I'll then take that information, the rest of the trade, I'll cut it into pieces, speed it up, and then put some music behind it. Well, I had some technical difficulties, so you're going to actually see this trade mid-entry. But I want you to focus in on the price ladder. You'll be able to follow along with that. I'll take the rest. I'll let you listen to a little bit of the commentary. Then I'll take the remainder of that trade, cut it up into pieces, speed up the tape, put some music behind it so that you can get a sense of how that trade worked. So with all that being said, I'm going to let you watch this trade. You'll be able to see where we ended up here today. You'll be able to watch that price ladder, see what the total was when I quit. I came back later in the afternoon, saw this excellent opportunity into our RTH signal, and you can see how the delta began to roll over here, and that was an excellent opportunity, and I took that trade and ended up the day with the total that you see there on the P&L. So without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. All right, there's the next 5-minute bar. A lot of chop in this area right now. 15-minute bar in 5 minutes. Like to see this thing unhook here for us. The NQ is still driving lower here. Delta on the ES is trying to get through as well. CL, however, is almost at $56. It's breaking up into that $56 area. All right. Let's get through this area. Let's go tackle the low. Bring the trail stop here to 28.5. All right, let's get through the low, then down through. All right, the NQ is burying the needle, leading the way here, leading the charge to the downside. You got the RTH signal there at 22, low of the day at 20.